Hey everyone, it's Khalid. You ever stumble across a name on a map and think, did someone just make that up? It sounds like a place Bilbo Baggins would visit, not somewhere you'd actually find on a globe. Well, it turns out reality is weirder than fiction because today we're diving into 10 countries whose names sound totally made up but are absolutely 100% real places. We're talking obscure geography, folks, the kind of stuff they don't teach you in school. Get ready to impress your friends with your newfound knowledge because after this video, you'll be a walking atlas of the world's most unbelievably named nations. Let's go. First up, we're heading to Central Asia, a region known for its vast steppes, ancient Silk Road history, and a country called Kyrgyzstan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kyrgy, what now? It sounds like a place made up for a fantasy novel, right? Like where the dragon riders are from or something. But Kyrgyzstan is very real, and it's home to some of the most breathtaking mountain scenery on the planet. Think soaring peaks capped with snow, crystal clear lakes, and nomadic people who've lived in harmony with this harsh yet beautiful land for centuries. It's nestled between Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and China. So yeah, Kyrgyzstan is landlocked. Like, seriously landlocked. But hey, that just means more epic mountain views, right? And the name, well, Kyrgyz refers to the people, and Stan is a Persian suffix meaning land or place, so it literally translates to land of the Kyrgyz. The Kyrgyz people have a rich, nomadic heritage, and their culture is deeply intertwined with the land. They're known for their hospitality, their horseback riding skills, and their epic poetry that's been passed down orally for generations. So, next time someone mentions Kyrgyzstan, don't picture some fictional realm. Picture towering mountains, nomadic horsemen, and a culture as unique and captivating as the country's name. From the mountains of Central Asia, we're heading to the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And I mean really the middle. We're talking about Tuvalu, a tiny island nation so small you could literally walk across its widest point in less than a day. Seriously, Tuvalu is made up of 9 tiny coral atolls with a total land area of just about 10 square miles. To put that into perspective, that's like 1/12 the size of Manhattan. So yeah, Tuvalu is small, but don't let its size fool you. This little nation has a big heart and an even bigger story to tell. Because Tuvalu isn't just remote, it's on the front lines of climate change. As sea levels rise, Tuvalu is literally disappearing beneath the waves, making it a poignant symbol of the urgent need for global action on climate change. The people of Tuvalu are known for their resilience, their close-knit communities, and their deep connection to the ocean. But their future remains uncertain as they face the very real possibility of their home vanishing beneath the waves. Tuvalu's story is a powerful reminder that even the smallest voices deserve to be heard, and that we all have a role to play in protecting our planet. So, the next time you hear about rising sea levels, remember Tuvalu, the tiny island nation fighting for its very survival. Next up is Nauru, a tiny island nation in the Pacific Ocean that's about as far from landlocked as you can get. Seriously, it's surrounded by water with the nearest neighbor, Banaba Island, a good 186 miles away. And if you thought Tuvalu was small, hold on to your hats because Nauru takes tiny to a whole new level. It's just 8 square miles, making it the 3rd smallest country in the world by land area. But what Nauru lacks in size, it makes up for in, well, it used to be phosphate. You see, Nauru has a fascinating and somewhat tragic history. It was once home to massive deposits of phosphate, a key ingredient in fertilizer. This briefly made Nauru one of the wealthiest countries per capita in the world. But there's a catch. All that mining came at a cost. The phosphate mining devastated Nauru's environment, leaving behind a barren landscape that's still recovering today. The country's wealth dwindled, and today Nauru faces economic challenges and an uncertain future. But despite these challenges, the people of Nauru remain resilient and determined to chart a new course for their island nation. It's a story that reminds us that even the most unlikely places can have global significance, and that the true wealth of a nation lies not just in its resources, but in the strength and spirit of its people. Chapter 4, Bhutan, the land of happiness and high peaks. From the Pacific, we're heading back to the mountains, but this time we're going to the Himalayas, home to the Kingdom of Bhutan. Now, Bhutan isn't exactly unknown, but it's definitely unique. Nestled between the giants of India and China, Bhutan has long marched to the beat of its own drum. It's a country where ancient traditions meet modern influences, where spirituality is woven into the fabric of everyday life, and where happiness is considered more important than material wealth. Seriously, Bhutan measures its progress not by its gross domestic product, but by its gross national happiness index. That's right, they literally have a happiness index. It takes into account things like environmental conservation, cultural preservation, and good governance. Bhutan is also a land of stunning natural beauty. From snow-capped Himalayan peaks to lush valleys and pristine forests, it's a trekker's paradise, a place where you can lose yourself in the tranquility of nature and connect with a culture that values peace, harmony, and of course, happiness. So if you're ever feeling stressed or overwhelmed by the modern world, just remember Bhutan, the little Himalayan kingdom that reminds us that there's more to life than just material possessions. Sometimes happiness is found in the simplest things: a deep breath of fresh mountain air, the warmth of human connection, and the peace that comes from living in harmony with nature and ourselves. Chapter 5, Moldova, the undiscovered gem of Eastern Europe. From the Himalayas, we're heading to, well, it's not exactly the Himalayas, it's Eastern Europe, and we're talking about Moldova. Now, Moldova might not be as well known as its European neighbors, but that doesn't mean it's not worth a visit. Tucked between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova is often overlooked, but this little country has a lot to offer, from rolling hills and vineyards to ancient monasteries and a rich cultural heritage. Plus, it's home to one of the world's largest wine cellars, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Moldova has a long and complex history, shaped by its location at the crossroads of empires. It's been ruled by everyone from the Ottomans to the Russians, and it's home to a mix of cultures and languages. But despite its tumultuous past, Moldova has emerged as a nation with a strong sense of identity and a warm, welcoming spirit. It's a place where you can still experience authentic traditions, sample delicious cuisine, and explore off-the-beaten-path destinations without the crowds. So if you're looking for a European adventure that's a little different, a little less crowded, and a lot more affordable, put Moldova on your list. You might just be surprised by what you discover. Chapter 6. Comoros, the perfume islands you've never heard of. We're heading back to the ocean, folks, this time to the Indian Ocean off the southeastern coast of Africa. And no, we're not talking about Madagascar, we're talking about Comoros, an archipelago nation that's often overlooked but shouldn't be. Comoros is made up of 3 main islands: Grande Comore, Moheli, and Anjouan. And if you're wondering where the name Comoros comes from, it's Arabic for moon, which is fitting because these islands are truly magical. They're known for their volcanic landscapes, pristine beaches, and vibrant coral reefs, making them a paradise for divers and nature lovers. But Comoros is more than just a pretty face. It's also known as the Perfume Islands because of its fragrant ylang-ylang flowers, which are used to make perfumes and essential oils. Comoros has a fascinating history and culture, influenced by Arab, African, and French traditions. It's a place where you can explore ancient mosques, wander through bustling markets, and experience a slower pace of life. So if you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path island escape with a touch of exotic charm, Comoros might just be your new favorite destination. Just don't tell everyone about it. Let's keep this little slice of paradise our little secret. Chapter 7, Djibouti, where the desert meets the sea. From the islands of Comoros, we're heading to the Horn of Africa, to a country that's small in size but big on strategic importance. I'm talking about Djibouti, a nation that's often overlooked but plays a crucial role in global trade and geopolitics. Djibouti is located at the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a narrow waterway that connects the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden, making it a vital shipping route for oil and other goods. It's also home to military bases from several countries, including the United States, France, and China. But Djibouti is more than just a strategic outpost. It's a land of stark beauty, where the desert meets the sea in dramatic fashion. It's home to Lake Assal, the lowest point in Africa and one of the saltiest bodies of water in the world. Djibouti also boasts stunning volcanic landscapes, pristine coral reefs, and unique wildlife, making it a hidden gem for adventurers and nature enthusiasts. And despite its arid climate, Djibouti has a rich culture and history influenced by its location at the crossroads of Africa, the Middle East, and the Indian Ocean. So the next time you hear about Djibouti, don't just think of it as a strategic location on a map. Remember that it's a country with a unique character, stunning natural beauty, and a fascinating blend of cultures. From the Horn of Africa, we're heading back to the Pacific, to an archipelago nation that's about as close to paradise as you can get. I'm talking about Vanuatu, a chain of 83 islands known for their pristine beaches, lush rainforests, and active volcanoes. Yeah, you heard that right. Vanuatu is located in the Ring of Fire, a zone of intense volcanic and seismic activity. So it's not uncommon to see plumes of smoke rising from volcanic peaks or feel the ground shake beneath your feet. But don't let that deter you. Vanuatu is a truly magical place. It's home to some of the most welcoming people on Earth who've lived in harmony with nature for centuries. They've even developed unique customs and traditions, like the land diving ritual on Pentecost Island, where men jump from tall wooden towers with vines tied to their ankles. Vanuatu is also a haven for adventure seekers, offering everything from world-class diving and snorkeling to hiking through lush rainforests and exploring active volcanoes. And if you're looking for a more laid-back experience, you can simply relax on pristine beaches, swim in crystal-clear waters, and soak up the island vibes. So if you're looking for a Pacific paradise that's a little off the beaten path and offers a unique blend of adventure and relaxation, Vanuatu might just be the perfect destination. Just remember to pack your sense of adventure and maybe a fire extinguisher just in case. From the Pacific Islands, we're heading to South America. But we're not talking about the usual suspects like Brazil or Argentina. We're going to Suriname, a small country on the northeastern coast that's often overlooked but packs a big punch when it comes to culture and natural beauty. Suriname is the smallest independent country in South America, but what it lacks in size, it more than makes up for in diversity. It's a melting pot of cultures with influences from Africa, Asia, Europe, and indigenous Amerindian traditions. This cultural blend is reflected in everything from Suriname's music and cuisine to its languages and religions. In fact, Dutch is the official language, but you'll also hear Sran and Tongo, an English-based Creole language, as well as various other languages spoken throughout the country. But Suriname isn't just about culture, it's also a nature lover's paradise. Over 90% of the country is covered in rainforest, home to an incredible array of plants and animals, including jaguars, monkeys, sloths, and over 700 bird species. So, if you're looking for a South American adventure that's a little different, a little less crowded, and a lot more culturally immersive, Suriname might just be your new favorite destination. And finally, we're ending our journey in, well, it's not exactly a place you'd expect to find a country. We're going to the Alps, to a tiny, doubly landlocked nation sandwiched between Switzerland and Austria. That's right, we're talking about Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein is so small, it's actually a principality, not a republic, and it's ruled by a prince. Seriously, they still have princes over there. But don't let its size or fairy tale-like status fool you. Liechtenstein is a modern, prosperous nation with a high standard of living. It's known for its stunning mountain scenery, its charming villages, and it's also known for being a tax haven. But hey, we're not here to judge. Liechtenstein is also a great place to experience the outdoors, from hiking and biking in the summer to skiing and snowboarding in the winter. And if you're a history buff, you can explore medieval castles, visit museums, and learn about the country's long and fascinating past. So there you have it, Liechtenstein, the tiny principality that proves that good things come in small packages. It's a place where you can experience the best of both worlds, stunning natural beauty and a high quality of life. So there you have it, 10 countries that sound like they could be made up but are very much real. From the mountains of Kyrgyzstan to the tiny islands of Tuvalu, from the volcanoes of Vanuatu to the rainforests of Suriname, our planet is full of surprises. Which one surprised you the most? Which one are you adding to your travel bucket list? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this journey to some of the world's most unbelievable sounding but totally real countries, hit that like button and subscribe for more geography adventures. Until next time, stay curious.